Good morning, and thank you for attending this morning's webinar on the Trendsetter Living Benefits product offered by Transamerica and the Western Reserve Life Living Benefits product. My name is Joe Cecere. I am a marketing director here at Brokers Alliance, and I am going to be telling you everything you ever needed to know about this product and program and how the lead program works on top of it. First, a little background. Western Reserve Life developed a term product with living benefit riders approximately 4 years ago. Western Reserve Life is part of the Aegon family, which also owns Transamerica and TransFamily Life. The latter part of last year, Aegon made a decision to utilize Western Reserve Life for other types of products and decided to put the Living Benefits program under Transamerica and TransFamily. That transition occurred this year. However, the product is not approved in all states. So in those states where the product is not approved, we are still utilizing the Western Reserve Life product. The purpose of living benefit riders in a term policy is to access needed cash for the treatment of and recovery from critical or chronic illness. In the last 5 years, can you think of anyone, family members, friends, neighbors, work associates, who have suffered a critical illness such as a heart attack, stroke, cancer? And the key question in that is, and survived. That is the key question. What could possibly happen? We could become critically or terminally ill. For a stroke, every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. In the U.S., stroke is the third leading cause of death, killing 144,000 people each year. But more importantly, it is a leading cause of serious long-term adult disability. Cancer, every 30 seconds a new cancer is diagnosed in the United States. More than half of Americans diagnosed with cancer will survive for at least 5 years. A little aside to this, the reason why Brokers Alliance is so active in this market is because it has hit home. My father died at age 52 from lung cancer. Joe Cecere, the founder of this company, is a cancer survivor. So this program is a vital program to us, and it's one that we wholeheartedly agree on. Heart attack. Every 26 seconds, someone suffers a heart attack. Every year in the U.S., more than 1 million people who suffer a heart attack survive at least 12 months. 3/4 of all male first-time heart attack victims ages 35 to 54 survive at least 5 years. Now, these aren't numbers we're making up. These numbers are coming from the American Heart Association, the National Stroke Association, LIMRA, Health Insurance News, and so the numbers are amazing. And the problem is most people do not have a long-term care product, nor do they have a cancer or critical illness product. What happens when someone experiences a devastating critical illness such as a heart attack, stroke, cancer, renal failure, major organ transplant, blindness, paralysis due to the loss of 2 or more limbs, or ALS, or they need home health care or nursing care? What happens? The family has to pay for it. Most of the time they don't have insurance, and they dig into their savings, and it's a terrible situation. Besides the physical setbacks, do you think there might be an emotional situation involving the family? How about a financial hardship? Those are questions that have to be answered, and those are questions you should be asking your client. Income goes down, expenses go up, and in most cases, debt is incurred. We can solve the financial situation simply with a bucket of money. Here are some examples of how the product works, what the cost comparisons are. A male age 40 preferred non-tobacco. $300,000 term policy for 20 years is $25.84. For 30 years is $40.98. Now, that is one of the lowest term products and costs in the market today. A $6,000 long-term care policy, which is 4 years, which is 2% of the death benefit per month, is $102.22 for both the 20 and 30-year term. So if a person were to buy just the term policy and the equivalent long-term care policy for a 20-year period would cost $128.06, and for a 30-year term, $143.20. And by the way, the life insurance rates are guaranteed for that period of time, but the long-term care rates are not. Now add in critical illness at 90% of the $300,000. And the reason I'm saying this is because under the policy, up to 2% of the death benefit is available per month for long-term care or chronic illness, and up to 90% of the death benefit is available for critical illness. You look at the cost for a $270,000 critical illness policy is $217.53 for both products. And again, those rates are not guaranteed. The grand total, $345.59 for a 20-year term, $360.73. That's not bad if you can afford it. And quite frankly, if you can't afford it, that is the way to go. But I'm telling you that 99% of the people in this country cannot afford it. The same 40-year-old, 40-year-old, and the monthly cost for the term products with the living benefit riders for a 20-year term is $39.11. For a 30-year term is $52.24. Compare that to the cost of buying separate policies. The cost differential is significant. The same 40-year-old non-tobacco example will have $300,000 of 20 and 30-year term, up to $6,000 a month for chronic care, which is equivalent to long-term care, and a bucket of money up to $270,000 to be used in the event of a critical illness such as a heart attack, stroke, cancer diagnosis, or other conditions. Here's another example of 50-year-old preferred non-tobacco, $500,000. 20-year term, $96.57. 30-year term, $167.91. For the 2% per month equivalent, or $10,000 a month of long-term care, it's $182.99. The total, $279.56 for 20 years, $350.90 for 30 years. And again, the long-term care rates are not guaranteed and may increase. Now add in $450,000 of critical illness. That's $556.42. The grand total on 20 years is $835.98, and for 30 years, $907.32. Again, not bad if you can afford it. Here's the same 50-year-old, and the monthly cost for term with living benefits, 20-year term is $119.88, 30-year term $188.13. Significant difference in cost. Again, the bucket of money. $500,000. They have a death benefit of $500,000 either for 20 or 30 years. They have up to $10,000 per month of chronic care, equivalent to long-term care. They have a bucket of money of $450,000 to be used in the event of a critical illness, such as a heart attack, stroke, cancer diagnosis, or other conditions. Let's improve a client's protection today by applying for a plan that will not only cover their loved ones upon their death, but also provide financial protection in the event the client lives through a critical or chronic illness. As far as your questions are concerned, type in your questions because we're now going to get into the next set, a portion of the presentation, which is going to be the lead generating program. So type in your questions. Afterwards, I will respond to to all of the questions. As a part of this next segment, Melody DeWine, who handles our mailing program and does everything about it and knows it inside and out, will be a part of this presentation, and she will also be discussing how the program works, what she does, etc. So let's get into it.
Thank you, Joe.
Increase your income.
Excuse me?
With our sales concepts and products. Are you investing in yourself for a successful business future? Proprietary lead program is exclusively offered to you through this marvelous program that Melody has developed. We're again using Western Reserve Life as the medium for it, but again, remember, Transamerica is now in the majority of states. There are states that they are not available in, and we are still using the Western Reserve Life product. The states where we're still using the Western Reserve Life product: Alaska, California, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. So there are still a number of states that the Transamerica Trendsetter product has not been approved. We've developed the system to help provide you with quality exclusive leads in your area. How do we do it? We have experts in our mail lead generation who are able to identify the best counties in the country. Our mailers place an emphasis on life insurance with living benefits. We have a simple turnkey system in place that enables us to turn your order around quickly. At this point, I'm going to ask Melody to come in and identify how the program works and what benefits she can provide to assist you in making these decisions. Melody, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to be here today with you all. I really, really love talking about this project because it has really helped a great deal of agents. And the program is a minimum of 1,000 mailers. And the 1,000 mailers are geographically targeted towards the area that you want to drive to, because I know that driving is a big issue with most of my agents. Normally, it is selected out by county or by the first 3 digits by the zip codes, and I would like to see close to 1,000 records coming through that particular territory within a week to about a week and a half. And the data that comes from it is brand new homeowners and brand new refinanced homeowners. The new homeowners are about 15% of the real estate data today, the mortgage data. About 85% of it are refinances. Of the refinances, about 40% is going to be baby boomers or people approaching that age. And what you need to know is that they do not have long-term care. They don't have it. They never thought they were going to ever need it, and now they're in a quandary trying to figure out what they're going to do. As I have mentioned in past webinars on this product, my best friend had a stroke in February, and she did not have long-term care. She had a CD, and she had some investments and about $200,000 in investments, and they pull out $4,000 to $5,000 every month. So you know how long that's going to last, and then she's going to be on Medicaid. So it's very, very important that the baby boomers know that this product is out there. And the response rate is averaging on my direct mail campaign, which I mail the product out for you. It comes back to us. It is emailed to you daily. And then I call you to make sure that you did receive the lead. so that there's nothing missed in the ether out there with the computer. So it's a wonderful program, and it absolutely is getting an outstanding response. I do have some territories open, and those territories are getting very, very good responses. In Tennessee, I'm getting about 1.9 to 2.1%, which means either 19 to about 21 responses on a mailing. In Shelby County, Tennessee, I'm getting 15 to 18 responses. In Georgia, about 15. In Spartan, Tennessee, I'm getting over 2% response. Pennsylvania, over 2%. Illinois, Chicago area, which if any of you are out there in the 604s, that's generating around 16 or 17 leads per mailing. Now, you are going to have to do more than one mailing because you have to build it up, your pipeline, but that's basically what you should anticipate. Louisiana, I have a territory open in there, and it's generating about 25 to about 28 responses coming back for each 1,000. Idaho, between 19 and 20. Florida, I'm generating somewhere about 18 to 20 responses in the Hillsborough area. And the killer of all is in Arizona, believe it or not. In Pima County, we're doing somewhere around 26 to 30 leads per mailing. Now, that doesn't mean the rest of the country. I just pulled those off this morning. There's a lot of areas that I know that are generating really high responses. And that brings your lead costs down. And you know that anyone in the insurance business has three segments of their business. They have a telephone, they have a car, and they have their leads. And they need to invest in their leads, or you're just going to be stagnant, as you well know, and you'll go along from one sale to the next sale, living from hand to mouth. So it is truly important that you do have a good lead program, a planned lead program. And going into the year, right now, if you mail through the next week, you will have leads through December. Then what I do is after next week, I'm not going to be doing too much mailing until the end of December, of which between December and the first of the year, I do a mailing out for my agents that want to participate. And normally it takes about 12 days if you go out standard to get into the house, and it takes another two or 3 days before it gets back to us. So you will have leads by the 10th to about the 14th. And that gets you moving for January. I don't recommend big mailings during the holiday season because people are not really thinking about insurance. But this is a very, very good program, and it's a very, very good product because it is needed. Joe, do you have any questions?
No, we're going to continue and go on with this, but I will tell people that ask your questions, and Melody and I will respond to them. But at this point, let's continue, because there are some other things that I want to bring Melody in for, and I also want to highlight some of the things that she does for the agents that are just outstanding. So thank you, Melody, and I'll continue on this. This is, again, a rehash of what was said earlier in the presentation. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. Every 30 seconds, a new cancer is diagnosed. Every 26 seconds, someone suffers a heart attack. Identify your target. This is critical. And again, Melody can help with this. We will designate one agent per county, and that's a critical issue. The county becomes yours. We will not sell those leads to anyone else. We will not offer them to anyone else. Those are your leads, and that's it. And any leads generated from that county through this mailing program will be coming directly to you. Picking larger areas results in fresh data. We help you identify which areas would yield the best results. And again, use Melody as a resource. She knows these areas inside and out. Call her. Tell her the areas you're looking at. She will tell you whether A, they are available, and whether B, they are good, bad, or indifferent. Don't miss your target. This is critical when you're buying leads. Call the prospect immediately upon receiving the leads. Don't delay. We are not the only company that is doing mortgage lead mailings. We are the only company that is doing mortgage lead mailings with a kicker, which is a living benefits and chronic illness rider. Set up a face-to-face meeting. Discuss and outline the unique opportunities of this product. Western Reserve Life offers non-med to age 50 and under up to $200,000. Trendsetter is up to $250,000. Lesser amounts are available at older ages. Competes very favorably with other non-med carriers who do not have the added benefits. This is critical. Identify yourself as an independent agent with access to all products. I can't stress this enough. I don't want you to lose a sale. You're going to be talking to them about either the Trendsetter or, depending upon the state you're in, the Western Reserve Life product. But if that product is too expensive, in your back pocket, have the lowest 5-term quotes that are available and give them an alternative and say, if this is too expensive for you, here are just traditional death benefit policies that are a lower cost. Do not lose a sale because the client feels that the cost for the product is too high. If working with a senior citizen, you may also have an opportunity to introduce annuities. And this has happened. We have had a number of agents that have written substantial annuities as a result of this. Here we go. What's the cost and rate of return? The minimum order is 1,000 mailer. The cost is $610. This is a complete pass-through. We're not making any money on your lead purchase. And as Melody said, we're experiencing anywhere from 1.5% to 2.5% return on the mailers. That's at least 15 to 25 leads, which is an average cost of about $32 a lead. I will tell you one other thing. If you become part of this program, once you have achieved $25,000 in annual premium as a result of this mailing program, we'll do a free mailer for you. So that's an incentive for you to participate in the program. A lot of questions come like, what is it worth, etc., what can I make? And well, the average premium for Trendsetter LB is $1,200 a year. Lead to application ratio will vary by producer. If you close 15% out of the 25 leads, that's 3 to 4 applications you're going to be getting per lead generation. If you place 2 out of the 4 applications, that's an average of $2,400 in paid premium. If you're at the current commission level of 90%, you'll earn $2,160. That means you would have a net gain of $1,576 after taking off the expense for the mailers. That's a very attractive program. Let us help you get a bullseye every time. Call Brokers Alliance. This is my direct line. I am at extension 115. If you are currently working with one of our other recruiters, whether it be Bob Crosswhite or David Nixick or Louis Messina or Jared Dearden, give them a call at their extension. Somebody was talking in my ear. I apologize. But in any event, if you have any questions, this is my direct line, extension 115. Now, Melody, I want you to address, before I start answering questions, what you'll do if an agent calls. And by the way, Melody's direct extension is the 800 number, and her extension is 142, and she welcomes your calls. And Melody, tell us how, if an agent calls and asks about given areas, what you do.
Okay, what I do is when the agent calls me, I can call up and find out how many records are going through a given territory on a weekly basis, and we can look at a month to see how much fresh data is going through there. Okay, once we've established that, and if we may have to add some areas, or he maybe find it might be okay, he can just use that territory. Of course, if that territory is already in play, then there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. It is in play. But if it's not in play, then it is available. The next step would be I will contact Kristen, or they will contact Kristen Warren over at Brokers Alliance, and she will send out a copy of the mailing piece. She'll send out the fill-out sheet, of which I need some information filled out, and I will have then that will come back to me. You will pay Brokers Alliance, and I will run the order. The order goes out, and when the order goes out, then when the responses come back in, they come back in between 12 and 2, and they will email them over to you by 3. All right. Then what happens is the next day I will call to make sure that you did get your lead. Okay. Upon getting your lead, you must work those right away, because I am not the only company out there that is doing mortgage protection program. There's a lot of other agencies and agents that are mailing from different companies. Once you have that territory, it belongs to you. Okay, as long as you are active in it, as long as you take the data that's coming through. If you don't want the territory, then it will go to the next person. And I have right now, usually in December is when everybody is moving forward. So I have had a lot of calls on different territories. The ones that I gave you today, if you move within the next, I would say, 2 or 3 days, that should be yours. And those are really good territories. And there's a lot of other territories out there that are also excellent. So I will be able to tell you what kind of responses you can anticipate. And I'll be honest with you. If I don't think you're going to get a high response rate, I'm going to tell you.
And by the way, everyone, I can attest to that. Melody does not play games. As I said, she's extremely honest, and she will tell you good, bad, or indifferent.
So we want you to be successful. I mean, that's the most important thing. I don't make any money if you're only ordering one time. It makes no sense. It takes a long time to put this together for you so that it's correct. And so I want you to be successful, so I'm going to try my darndest to make sure that you know what you're doing and how it should be done.
I will also say this. We have several agents that have just an ongoing automatic order every month and have been doing it monthly for almost a year now. And they continue to do it. They've seen successes, and they're making money at it. So I tell you, the program does work. Now, let's hit some of the questions. There are a couple of questions. First question was, what are the commissions? As you saw in the illustration here, the commissions are 90%. What are the renewal commissions? They are 2%. What is the maximum long-term care benefit? I think we approached it here. The maximum long-term care benefit, let's get to it again. I'll use $100,000 as an example. On a $100,000 death benefit under both products, Western Reserve and the Trendsetter, 90% of the full death benefit is available for the riders. That means on $100,000, $90,000 is available. So for the long-term care benefit, you've got up to $90,000, and that benefit is paid monthly. For the critical illness rider, you have a bucket of money up to $90,000, and that's paid as a lump sum, and it's based upon the severity of condition and the age of the client. Peter, I'm sorry, the response in New York is negative. The products are not approved in New York. So at this point in time, we don't have a product available for you in New York City. The products are available in neighboring states, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, but not in New York. Good question. Is the product convertible? Yes. Both products are convertible, and they are convertible to IULs. And by the way, the IULs do have riders attached to them. I've addressed the commissions. Commissions for the Western Reserve Life product are 90% with 2% renewals. Any more questions? We've got a couple of more questions coming in, and then I'll cut it. I only wanted to run this for 30 minutes. Both Melody and I were a little long-winded this morning, so I apologize. But your questions are excellent. What is the definition of disability for long-term care benefits? Excellent questions. I'm sorry I didn't. The inability to perform 2 of the 6 ADLs. Same as long-term care. If and you know, here's another part of this. We call it chronic illness, but if a person is unable to perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, the benefit will be triggered and will be paid. Let's talk about a disability. Let's talk about someone who's in an accident. They're not suffering from a dilapidating disease that would cause an elderly person to want long-term care. But let's just say they were in a motorcycle accident and they're laid up for a year and a half, and they're unable to perform 2 of the 6 daily living activities. That triggers the benefit. So if they cannot perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, and the benefit will be triggered. If there are no other questions, I'm going to call an end to this, and I want to thank everyone for attending. Again, if you have questions, that is my direct extension, or give a call to anyone. Give a call to one of the recruiters that you're already working with, and we can call it a day. For the final question, as far as Dallas County, Texas, I'm going to ask you to give Melody a call at extension 142. In any event, thank you again. Appreciate your time. Look forward to working with you and answering any other questions you may have.